everyone, my name is Guillaume and welcome to a new episode of Hit the Tone. Hello guys, I hope you're doing fantastic today and welcome to this new episode of Hit the Tone on Thomann's Guitars and Basses. This is not really a new format anymore, but if it's your first time here, welcome. What I do is take intros, riffs, bits of famous songs and try to give you all the tools you need to hit the tone. This is a recommendation-based format, so whatever song you'd like to see featured here, please put it down in the comment section and I'll get to you as soon as I can. While you're down there, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel. Thank you very, very much in advance. Now let's start with today's song, which is My Curse by Killswitch Engage. Alright, there's no talking about metal or metalcore or however you want to call this, 2000 metal, I don't know, without talking about Killswitch Engage. And you guys seem to really enjoy the heavier stuff that I've done on the format, so this is a staple. This is such a killer song, killer guitar parts, killer vocals. I'm not going into the Jesse versus, anyways, really, really cool song. Adam D, the man behind the guitar, is by now a famous user of comparison guitars, Fishman pickups and Laney amplifiers, usually boosted by a Maxon overdrive. But at the time, he was using a myriad of guitars. I couldn't figure out which one was used on this record or on this song. I used Fenders, he used Jacksons, he used Blades, he used Parker. So there's so many options, no way to tell. Mostly EMG pickups, that being said, so we're looking at something that's very high output. And at the same time, again, not sure. So, middle of the road, I picked up this mean looking Schecter Apocalypse. Really, really good guitar, really light as well, super well balanced. And it is rocking the Schecter USA made Apocalypse pickups. I think that's their name. If it's not, there's a link in the description box with all the things that I'm using today, more recommendations at different price points, and the specs. Really high output pickups, so you won't have any issue getting into active pickups kind of territory, but at the same time, maybe a bit more dynamic, a bit more versatile. So yeah, that's going to be my guitar for this song in the bridge position, and it sounds like this. Sneak preview at the intro as well. By the way, same lick during the chorus, so I'm not going to explain this one. I can't go through all the parts of the song, but yeah, that's free. That's for you. Maybe just throw some reverb and delay on there and you're good to go for the intro. That being said, we're looking at the heavier parts of the song, so for that, let's jump onto our amp and pedal section. Alright, so as I said earlier, Adam D is now using Laney amplifiers with a Maxon, usually boosted with a Maxon overdrive. But again, we've seen him with a lot of Mesa stuff, a lot of Hughes and Kettner tri-amps, a lot of some Marshalls, some solid state. There's like so many possible options there. If you guys know what he used on this song specifically, please let me know in the comments because I am clueless. But as usual, I'm going to try and make it work with what I have here, which is my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe Tweed Edition, the metal amplifier. The controls will be on the screen, and to get to the gainy gain, I'll be using the Dracaris distortion by Wampler Effects. I realized recently that I haven't used a lot of Wampler stuff, and this is a shame because these are incredible pedals. The Dracaris is a high gain pedal for sure. It's a mean name, it's a black pedal, so you know, metal. And the good thing about it is it does pretty much everything. It covers a lot of ground, at least, from like really open bottom end Mesa-like kind of heavy sounds and tighter, more modern sounds as well, which is what we're looking at right now. So the controls of the pedal will be on the screen. It is in the tight mode, gain all the way up, bass fairly low. Again, it's a characteristic of the amp. If your amp has less bottom end than a Fender Combo, for example, you might want to push that up a little bit. The distortion is really good. I highly recommend this one, but it's open territory here. There's a lot of different pedals, a lot of different effects that are going to work for that. If you have a high gain amplifier, you probably won't need that pedal, but there you go. That's what I'm going to be using, and that's going to take my sound there. Not a metal player. Well, I mean a little bit. All right, cool. Heavy sound, super mean, but super tight as well. So I guess that's about as close as I'll get to his tone. And with that, let's jump on to the last section of that video, which is, as usual, the most important, and is how to play the song. Okay, so before we get started, again, if you're new to this format and you want to spend some more time learning the songs, the tabs will be available in the description box down below, so go check them out. If you're more of a visual learner though, let's get started. Before that, however, let's just note that this song is in drop C. It has been played live in different kind of tunings. We've had C sharp, but I think just the album version is drop C. So for that, you drop all of your strings from E standard to D standard, and then you drop the low D down to C. I mean, really cool tuning, really classic. If you plan on tuning your guitar that way, you might have to change the strings, keep that in mind. This, for example, is a 10 to 56 on a longer scale length, and it works perfectly. But with that said, let's start with the main riff of the song, and let's have a look at our fretting hand. Now, the one thing about this that I only realized recently, because I've been playing this song wrong my entire life, is the fact that the first two bits are actually not played on all the strings, but just on these two. So that's going to be in the tab as well, but that's something that I only realized later. But it makes a really big difference on the these first sound. So yeah, keep that in mind. A lot of pull muting. A lot of down picking as well, so that's fairly classic, but that's a good exercise, I think. With that said, let's have a look at our picking hand. Alright, cool, so that was for our verse guitar part. As you saw in the introduction, I was also going into the chorus guitar part. It's fairly simple. For most of the early choruses, it's just going to be fretted like the power chord in drop tuning. So like fret 5, fret 8, and 0. Fairly simple stuff, but there's that really cool part at the end where he mixes like the super fast, which is really cool, and I really want to get into that because I think if you want to play the song, you can easily figure out the rest of it, but this part is pretty tricky. So I'll get through it real quick, starting with that fretting hand. Alternate picking, fast picking, so if you're new to guitar, that might seem a bit too complicated. Worry not, it's Something that you can easily start very slow and trying to be as precise and incisive as you can, and then progressively, up the tempo as usual. Start slow, don't try and rush into it, otherwise, even if it sounds like you're making it and you feel like you're making it, it might sound really messy. But if you end up going at full speed, your picking hand is going to look like this. And that's it, guys. I believe with all that you have all the tools you need to hit the tone on My Curse by Killswitch Engage. As usual, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and had some fun learning the song. Please remember that it is a recommendation based format, so don't forget to go down in the comment section and let me know which song you'd like to see here next, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. While you're down there, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on the next episodes and all of the other cool stuff that we do around these parts. You guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you next Monday in a new episode of Hit the Tone.